And the Spurs start out with the ball. Here's Jones. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Nurkic the pivot with Grant at the other post spot. Simons and Hart are your wingmen, and it's Lillard in at the point guard.
Just the first good move in a game of chess between these two coaches.
Strategy is going to be a big part of the outcome tonight. We'll see which team dictates the style of play.
Jones against Lillard. The three from Johnson. Rebound by Nurkic. Greg, you take a look at Nurkic. He is at his best going against big-name centers.
Nurkic is the kind of player who rises to a challenge, can be a bit inconsistent in what he gives you, but he loves the challenge of going up against the best.
So crafty. Lillard is a true wizard with the ball.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
He's been a huge factor in this game, and drives like that show how valuable he is on the floor.
Jones dishes to Johnson. And there's the pass to Vassell. Myrtle with a screen on Simon. Shot clock at 5. Johnson the pass to Jones. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
Here's Lillard. And Pirtle pulls it down. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, I caught up with Greg Popovich. He said the big thing is we cannot play hero ball. We've got to be unselfish and trust our offense. We'll see if they can turn the tables around and even up this season series, Kevin. Back to you.
Okay, David, thank you. We'll see if they can execute Greg well enough to beat the good defense.
Yeah, and it's about identifying the right matchup. You almost always have an advantage somewhere on the floor.
You can bet they've been doing a lot of scouting, really getting a chance to prepare for this game. This should be an interesting game of adjustments.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Lillard from outside, and another three for Portland.
Man, he has been locked in this quarter, shouldering the load at the offensive end.
Pass to Vassell. Johnson outside. Leaner from distance. The rebound by Grant.
I mean, look, no one guarding you. It's better to not pull up and try the lead.
Lillard, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Quite the honor last year for Damian Lillard, getting named to the NBA 75th anniversary team.
Greg, it was a well-deserved acknowledgement of his skills. He's a perennial all-star who continues to do astounding things over him.
Both free throws good from Lillard.
And you look at the loyalty Lillard has shown, stuck with the Blazers through thick and thin. It's why he is beloved in Portland.
Pirtle with a screen on Simons. Vassell, the pass to Pirtle.
What you love about Jakob Pirtle is his size, a 7-footer who plays hard on both ends of the floor.
This is his first free throw of the game, and he can't get the first one.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Sharp's checked in for Lillard. He hits the second from the line. Here's Sharp. Last game out, he had 14. Passes it to Simons. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Simons.
Misread each other on the pass, tried to recover, but too late.
Roby, he's checked in for San Antonio. Langford comes in for Jones. Lillard's checked in for Portland. Johnson outside. From deep. Rebound by Nurkic. And at some point, Greg, you wonder if Lillard is the greatest Blazer of all time.
Listen, he's in the conversation. You'd have to include Walton Drexler up there. But Lillard's resume in Portland has a strong argument.
Spurs trail by 5. Johnson kicks to Langford. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Langford misses. Trailblazers leading by 5. Here's Sharp. Pass to Winslow.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
The pass to Eubanks. Stolen by Collins. And Keon Johnson picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Third team foul.
.149 left in the first.
And you can see they're struggling from the field.
For Portland, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter.
You look back at how the Blazers have drafted. They get a lot of value no matter where they pick. Great job of identifying and growing talent.
Here's Watford. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Lays it up off the glass.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Pass to McDermott. 1:11 left to play here in the first. Portland grabs the miss. 2 big marks there, you're right. And the last 2 lottery picks for Portland before the latest draft, Lillard and McCollum.
And Kevin, McCollum has since moved on, but they have knocked it out of the park in the last decade. Great job of maximizing draft assets.
Here's Eubanks. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Count that bucket.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And Winslow comes to help. Richardson left side. Just 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And here are the Blazers. They're on a 16-5 run. Passes to Watford. Now Langford. Shoots over Johnson. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And we'll be back with you shortly. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Trailblazers guys, what do you think?
You can see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Their forwards, it's Hart and Grant. At lead guard, it's Lillard with Simons by his side. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low. Kicks it out to Lillard. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. 9-point game. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Yeah, I think they prepared to face more defensive pressure. And that one didn't happen, and boy, they just rolled.
They came in focused and ready to play. And despite facing little resistance, they never pulled back.
And you know, for so long, many joked about how the Spurs were always too old, right? Too old, too slow, too stuck in their same ways. But that's changing.
Well, I was on a couple of those teams too, Kevin. I remember well, people said that the Spurs were too old and needed to get younger. And over the last few years, they've done exactly that.
The pass to Hart. Moves back up. Here's Nurkic. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. Hart's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers.
And they continue to control the glass.
Jones against Lillard. Jones kicks to Pirtle. Johnson inside. Defended by Hart. From 6 feet. That shot off. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Lillard outside. Nurkic's screen on Jones. Here's Lillard. Grant for 3. Johnson with the rebound. Spurs trail by 9. Now here's Jones. He has 6. And it's Pirtle that time on the assist by Jones.
Even against contact, Jakob Pirtle stays strong. A guy his size won't get tripped up very easily.
Kicks it out to Grant. Pass to Hart. Lillard outside. Shot clock at 3. From outside, off the mark.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
A nice shot by Sohan. Sohan's got his second bucket tonight.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Grant with a screen on Jones. Lillard dishes to Grant. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Relentless interior effort from Jeremy Grant, not letting the defender scare him off.
Jeremy Grant, part of a loaded second round of the 2014 draft.
Kevin, Jeremy signing a max contract, rare for a second rounder. Also in that 2014 second round draft, MVP, the Joker, Joe Harris, Jordan Clarkson, Spencer Dinwiddie. Wow, that second round proved to have some players.
Jones finds Vassell. Pirtle with a screen on Simons. Here's Vassell. He clangs that one off the back iron and down it falls.
Devin Vassell with a great feel when to use the mid-range jumper. Such a skilled swing man.
Here's Lillard. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Here's Richardson. No points in the game yet for him. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
From 2019 to 2022, Steve, Josh Richardson was traded 4 times over a 20-month span.
Kevin, that tells you how in demand guys like Josh are. Richardson is a 3-and-D type, plays the game hard. Everyone wants multiple guys like him on their roster.
A guy who hasn't played a lot of ball. Sharp, though, has all the all-star tools they think available to him.
An exceptional shot maker from outside, and he's got great vertical bounce, almost a 7-foot wingspan, and he is relentless in his attack.
Well, Greg, we see it every year. Those overachieving teams in the NBA. What enables them to be greater than the sum of their parts?
Well, listen, luck can play a part, but confidence is a huge factor as well. If you walk into that gym every night believing you'll find a way to win, oftentimes you do.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. Now, for 22 straight years, San Antonio made the playoffs. They haven't made the last 3 postseasons, and former Spur Robert Horry worries if they'll ever be relevant again, saying, "I hate to say that. San Antonio is a small market. Guys just aren't going to go there." And that's a dire prediction for such a storied and successful franchise, Kevin.
Wow, no kidding, David. All right, thank you. Roby. Offensive rebound, Spurs. Kicks it out to Richardson. They shoot again. And another basket for San Antonio.
Shutout in the first quarter. He's heating up now. I like the aggressiveness.
Johnson surveying the floor. Here's Eubanks. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Spurs trail by 4. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Langford, the pass to Richardson. To the inside. Some solid defense from Grant.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Hart kicks to Grant. Lillard outside. And the dunk by Grant.
The playmaking skills of Lillard. Reads defenses so well and recognizes when they've left a teammate uncovered.
McDermott with it. Over Hart. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Hello, folks. Is this the halftime show? Yes, it is. And kicking it off, let's quickly look at the Western Conference standings.
Take a look at Portland. They've stayed.
All right, let's focus on the half of play we just saw. It's proving to be an uphill battle for the Spurs.
Straight up, Kenny. Not good enough on the defensive end. They're giving up too many easy shots.
To me, it's just simple. It's a simple fix. Play with effort. Shaq, you understand what I'm saying, right? Play with effort. It's not rocket science.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
Sharing the wing spots, it's Vassell and Johnson. Then there's Pirtle. Then it's Jones. And it's Sohan in at the four-man position. That's the San Antonio 5. The Trailblazers shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
It's obvious that Simon's game is the product of hard work. You don't get to be as accurate as he is without lots of practice time. He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Jones, the pass to Sohan. Vassell kicks to Jones. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And then Lillard slams it in.
As the lead continues to grow, this is just heady, sound basketball.
They have just nailed their halftime adjustments. That's for sure. They don't want to have to sweat this one out. They're looking to pull away.
Here's Pirtle, and he banks in the layup. Pirtle's got 5 now.
Just what you expect from Pirtle inside, using his size to get to a close-range shot.
Nurkic just screen on Jones, and Hart has it in the corner. Now here's Simons, covered by Vassell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots in the game right here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
He's known for being clutch. When games are tight, Damian Lillard leans into the spotlight and knows how to deliver.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Vassell, no good. Trailblazers leading by 10.
One of those guys who stuffs the stat sheet. Nurkic is a double-double machine who also picks up a few steals and assists.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And the defense knows he's relentless. You have to try and match that intensity.
Johnson attacking, and the layup's good off the glass.
Nurkic also eats up a lot of space inside.
Greg, at 6'11", 290, he'll do the dirty work for you. He's also a powerful player with plenty of tricks inside.
And Pirtle sends it back. Jones against Lillard. Jones, the pass to Vassell. Here's Sohan. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. No good that time. Great D that time from Nurkic. Simons, the pass to Lillard. To the paint. Hart kicks to Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Johnson against Grant. And here is Simons. He seems to always be finding ways to score, averaging around 23.5 points a game. Now Johnson. Pass to Jones. To the wing right side. Now here's Vassell. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. Nice shot by Pirtle.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Here's Grant. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Jakob Pirtle.
I mean, beautiful stroke on the jumper, something Grant didn't bring into the league, but he's got it now.
Portland, they have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
Very surprising he couldn't capitalize on those shots. You don't see that often.
And one thing to like about Bates Diop is his ability to score from all 3 areas.
Greg, what I like is he's comfortable facing up, and he can put the ball on the floor. He's a strong cutter, and that kind of versatility goes a long way in the NBA.
Simons, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Gotta be mindful of Anthony Simons. He looks to score close to the rim whenever he can.
To the inside. That one's in there, and the Portland leaders cut back down to 6. They get the basket from Richardson.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And you can just sense his determination, trying to do everything he can to keep this game within reach.
Richardson against Simons. Out to the wing. Now, here's Lillard. He's covered closely. Missed number 7 from the field. He's also made 7. Vassell with it. McDermott dishes to Richardson. Here's Collins. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
And it has them in a great spot to take the lead. They love to get a few stops now at the other end.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. So Portland ends up going with the new group.
And while we've got a chance, let's check out the stats for Richardson. He's averaging 10 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And to have a knockdown shooter like that coming off the bench, a great asset for any coach.
For sure, things can get stagnant without that spark plug. He always seems to supply points for them in bunches.
In transition, here come the Spurs. Here's McDermott. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And as for McDermott, how about the last couple of seasons he's had?
GA, career highs in scoring. He's not making a higher percentage, but he's taking more shots each game. Seems like it's been a recipe for success.
Johnson, the pass to Eubanks, and it's good for 2. Eubanks got 7 points in the game.
And that shot was huge as they try to stem the tide here and hang on to the lead.
Here's Vassell. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
A lottery pick. Devin Vassell has turned into a big-time talent. Someone who will be a force in this league for years to come.
Porky Dangs checked in for the Spurs.
At the line for 2.
Vassell hits them both.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Portland leading. Here's Johnson. Makes it off the glass.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Now, here's Vassell. He's guarded by Johnson. And here is Vassell. Takes a 3. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And we've reached the end of the third. Portland out in front. They lead by 4. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Whatever the offense requires, that has to be your mindset. Always thinking team first.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th. At lead guard, it's Lillard with Simons by his side. Their forwards, it's Hart and Grant. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 spot. Grant kicks to Hart. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. The offensive rebound. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Grant sets a screen for Simons. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Using his size to save the play, Nurkic grabs the offensive rebound and finishes it.
Jones against Lillard. On the basket by Jones.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
And I love the play call. This is where you get the ball into the hands of your closers, where they can do something with it.
There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
About a minute and a half into the 4th quarter now. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Blazers.
I think they've looked to dump it down low as often as possible, and so far they've been super successful using this attack.
And another thing, the defense didn't clog the lanes. They took full advantage with their ability to attack the paint on a lot of those possessions.
Hurdle, he's checked in for San Antonio. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Sharp's checked in for Lillard. Richardson outside. Jang with the screen for Richardson. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. And a look now at San Antonio's upcoming schedule. On Saturday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. Then on Monday, they'll start out on the road and play the Rockets in Houston.
And for that matchup with the Magic, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I think Simons wanted the whistle. He goes inside and makes havoc.
Shooting for Portland, Anthony Simons.
He throw good. Simon. Roby, he's checked in for Gorgie Dang. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. And Simons drops them both. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for San Antonio. They trail by 6. Passes it to Richardson. Johnson surveying the floor. He dishes it to Pirtle. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. And it's 9 points for Jakob Pirtle.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
There's the pass to Eubanks. Down low. There's the steal. And here's the fast break. Richardson leading the way. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
This is the thing about Richardson. Off the bounce, he doesn't need to get to the basket to get his points.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Chauncey Billups coaching up his team during that break. This is still a close game, and he told us, guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win. Guys?
Thank you, David. No good from Grant.
And they get the rebound, but, guys, that's been the issue throughout the game.
Johnson dishes to Jones. With the drive. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
Lillard against Jones. Nurkic a screen on Jones. Lillard feeds it to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
That's a high percentage look from Nurkic and a smart choice. Bucket.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. San Antonio calls timeout. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
This guy is killing you, and so far I haven't seen a good adjustment defensively.
Spurs fans, no reason to gripe when we got the Spurs high squad.
And Portland making a change here. Eubanks is checked in. Pass to Sohan. Hard against Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. There's the dish to Pirtle. Jones for 3. The Trailblazers pull it in. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Lillard, the pass to Sharp. Back to Lillard. And he finishes nicely on the layup. And now a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
Nice vision from the youngster, Sharp, that time.
Johnson outside. Pirtle with his screen on Hart. To the middle, 9 feet out. And Pirtle gets it to go on the assist by Johnson. And now that's 11 points for Jakob Pirtle. Now a timeout called by Portland. They lead by 4. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter of this one. A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Eubanks. And it's Simons in for Sharp. 1:31 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Lillard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lillard's got 10 points here in the second half.
Time after time, it's Dame, a prolific offensive player.
Spurs trail by 6. Johnson outside. Pirtle with a screen on Hart. Johnson, the pass to Pirtle. No good, shot missing. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Lillard looking around. And Simons has it in the corner. Pass to Nurkic. Pirtle with the ball. Now guarded by Nurkic.
This has reached desperation time for him.
For them to have a chance, everything has to go right on both ends from this point on.
resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
Especially given the height disadvantage. I love the way he created space for his shot.
Lillard outside. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
It is dang time, winning time. Lillard seems to always come through.
Damian Lillard at the line for one.
Lillard, no good on the free throw. Game could be on the line right here.
It's now or never.
Here's Johnson. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
Keldon Johnson knocked down a big one. I mean big.
And they go to the intentional foul.
14 foul. Shooting for Portland. Damian Lillard.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And he is unable to get the second one. No room for them to make a mistake here.
You got to almost play perfect from here on out.
Count it!
Jakob Poeltl connecting in the clutch.
Ball's knocked loose. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
Anthony Simons at the line for 2.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
The development of Simons over the last few years has been incredible. He's shown he can be a lead ball handler and someone who can get you a bucket when needed.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're behind by 4. 16 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the game.
And on the defensive end, they'll have to foul whomever gets the ball. No time left to be picky.
Here are the Spurs with the ball. 4-point game. Stolen by Grant. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
One of the strongest players in the league. Nurkic is a force in the painted area on both ends of the floor. And that's a wrap. Those free throws being the nail in the coffin.
Passes it to Sohan. Misses the 3. And there's the call on Jones. And so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game.
Obviously upset to have to take a seat here, but at this point, I don't think it'll have an impact. The game's probably out of reach anyway.
So it gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. And so it's Portland winning this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. As New Balance presents our player of the game, Damian Lillard.